Have you ever had that moment where someone you trusted completely turned on you in the most public, humiliating way possible? Where they tried to destroy you in front of everyone? That's exactly what happened to me at the spring dance. But here's the twist. Karma came swiftly, and it came wearing heels and carrying receipts. This is my story about betrayal, humiliation, and the most unexpected ally I could have ever imagined. My name is Sarah, and I'm going to tell you about the night that changed everything. The night my best friend tried to ruin me, and her own mother became my hero. It started like any other friendship. Me and Jessica had been inseparable since freshman year. We did everything together. Studied together, ate lunch together, shared clothes, secrets, dreams. She was the sister I never had. Or at least, that's what I thought. Senior year was supposed to be magical. Prom was coming up, graduation was on the horizon, and the spring dance was the event everyone looked forward to. It wasn't as formal as prom, but it was still special. A night to dress up, have fun, celebrate being young. I had been dating Marcus for about 6 months. He was sweet, kind, respectful. Nothing dramatic, just a good guy who treated me well. Jessica had been single for a while, and I never thought anything of it. She said she was focusing on herself, on college applications, on her future. I respected that. I encouraged it. But looking back now, I can see the signs I missed. The way she looked at Marcus when she thought I wasn't paying attention. The way she always found reasons to be around when he came to pick me up. The way she asked too many questions about our relationship. How was it going? Were we serious? Did I see a future with him? I thought she was just being a good friend. Interested. Supportive. I was so naive. The week before the dance, things started getting weird. Jessica became distant. Short with me. She'd cancel plans last minute. When I asked if everything was okay, she'd say she was just stressed about school. I believed her. I always believed her. Then came the day of the dance. I was so excited. I had the perfect dress, deep blue, fitted, elegant. My hair was done. Makeup on point. I felt beautiful. Marcus was picking me up, and Jessica was supposed to meet us there since she was going solo. Or so she said. When we arrived at the venue, it was already packed. Music pumping, lights flashing, everyone dressed to impress. The energy was electric. Marcus and I found a table, started dancing, having a great time. I kept looking for Jessica, texting her, asking where she was. She finally arrived about an hour late. And she looked stunning. Drop-dead gorgeous. Red dress, high heels, hair and makeup like she'd stepped off a runway. But there was something in her eyes. Something cold. Something calculating. She came over to us, hugged me, complimented my dress. Everything seemed normal. We took photos together. Laughed. Danced. It felt like old times. I was so relieved. Whatever weirdness had been happening, it seemed like we were past it. Then came the moment that shattered everything. The DJ announced a slow song. Marcus asked me to dance. We went to the dance floor, and he held me close. It was sweet. Romantic. One of those perfect moments you want to freeze in time. And then I felt someone tap my shoulder. I turned around, and there was Jessica. But she wasn't smiling. She had this look on her face, this mixture of triumph and cruelty that I'd never seen before. "Sorry to interrupt," she said, loud enough for people around us to hear. "But I think you should know something, Sarah." My stomach dropped. Something in her tone made my skin crawl. "What are you talking about?" I asked, confused. She pulled out her phone. "I think you should see these." On her screen were photos. Photos of Marcus. With another girl. At a party. Kissing. Intimate. Damning. Except something was off. The angle. The lighting. The quality. But in that moment, with everyone starting to stare, with Marcus looking shocked, I couldn't process it. "What the hell is this?" Marcus said, reaching for the phone. Jessica pulled it back. "Don't act innocent, Marcus. Everyone knows you've been cheating on Sarah for months. I've been trying to tell her, but she wouldn't listen. So I had to show her. Here. In front of everyone. So she'd finally believe me." The dance floor had gone quiet. People were pulling out their phones. filming, taking photos, whispering. The music kept playing, but no one was dancing anymore. Everyone was watching. Watching me fall apart. Watching Marcus defend himself. Watching Jessica play the hero, the good friend exposing the cheater. I felt like I was going to throw up. Or pass out. Or both. Marcus was protesting. Those photos are fake. I don't know where you got them, but that's not me. Sarah, you have to believe me. But Jessica kept going. Stop lying. I have witnesses. I have proof. You've been using Sarah this whole time. And she deserves better. People were crowding around now. Some taking sides. Some just enjoying the drama. I wanted to disappear. To die. To wake up from this nightmare. And then, cutting through the chaos, I heard a voice. Strong. Commanding. Furious. Jessica Marie Anderson. Everyone froze. We all turned to see who had spoken. It was Mrs. Anderson, Jessica's mother. And she looked absolutely livid. She marched onto the dance floor, heels clicking, face red with anger. She grabbed Jessica's arm. What the hell do you think you're doing? Jessica's confidence faltered. Mom? What are you doing here? I'm here because I got a call from a concerned parent who saw what you were planning on Instagram. And I came to stop you from making the biggest mistake of your life. Mrs. Anderson turned to the crowd. Everyone, put your phones away. This circus is over. Something in her tone made people actually listen. Phones started lowering. The crowd backed up slightly. She turned to me and Marcus. Sarah Marcus, I am so incredibly sorry. What my daughter just did is inexcusable. Jessica tried to pull away. Mom, stop. You're embarrassing me. I'm embarrassing you? Mrs. Anderson's voice rose. You just tried to destroy your best friend's relationship with doctored photos and lies in front of half your school, and you think I'm embarrassing you? The crowd gasped. Doctored photos? Mrs. Anderson pulled out her own phone. I found these on Jessica's computer yesterday when I was helping her with a printer issue. She's been working on them for weeks. Photoshopping Marcus's face onto someone else's body. Creating fake scenarios. All because she's jealous. She showed her phone around. The original photos. The Photoshop files. The evidence of manipulation. It was all there. Jessica's face went white. Then red. You went through my computer? You had no right. I had every right when I saw what you were doing. I raised you better than this, Jessica. I raised you to be honest, to be kind, to be a good friend. And instead, you've become cruel and manipulative. The crowd was completely silent now. You could hear a pin drop. Mrs. Anderson looked at me, and her eyes were filled with genuine remorse. Sarah, honey, I don't know what's gotten into my daughter. But please know that Marcus has done nothing wrong. Those photos are completely fabricated. Jessica has been obsessed with him for months. She's been plotting this to break you two up so she could try to date him herself. I couldn't speak. I just stood there, tears streaming down my face, trying to process everything. Jessica. I'm not taking sides, Jessica. I'm telling the truth. And the truth is, you've been lying to everyone, including yourself. You convinced yourself that Marcus was meant to be with you, that Sarah didn't deserve him, that you'd be doing her a favor by exposing him as a cheater. Except he's not a cheater. You're just a jealous, insecure girl who's about to lose everything. Mrs. Anderson turned back to the crowd. This dance is supposed to be about celebrating your senior year. Not about cruelty and humiliation. I suggest everyone get back to having fun and forget this ever happened. And if I see any of these videos or photos posted online, there will be legal consequences. The authority in her voice was absolute. Slowly, people started dispersing, going back to their tables, starting to dance again. The DJ, reading the room, cranked up the music. Mrs. Anderson grabbed Jessica's arm firmly. We're leaving. Now. And when we get home, you and I are going to have a very long conversation about consequences and character. Jessica was sobbing now. You've ruined everything. Everyone's going to hate me now. No, Jessica. You ruined it yourself. I'm just making sure you don't ruin anyone else in the process. As Mrs. Anderson dragged a crying Jessica toward the exit, she paused next to me. Sarah, would you and Marcus mind coming by the house tomorrow? I think we all need to talk. Properly. When emotions aren't so high. I nodded, still unable to find words. She squeezed my shoulder gently. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. You deserved better from my daughter. You deserved better from her as a friend. And then they were gone. Marcus wrapped his arms around me. Sarah, I swear to God, I have never cheated on you. I would never. I know, I whispered. I believe you. And I did. The relief on his face was palpable. We left the dance shortly after. Neither of us felt like staying. The night was ruined. But somehow, it also felt like something had been saved. My relationship. My dignity. The truth. The next day, Marcus and I went to the Anderson house as requested. Jessica was there, looking like she hadn't slept. Eyes red and swollen. No makeup. Looking smaller and more defeated than I'd ever seen her. Mrs. Anderson made us all sit in the living room. Coffee was served. The atmosphere was tense but not hostile. Jessica has something she needs to say to you, Mrs. Anderson said firmly. Jessica looked down at her hands. Her voice was barely a whisper. I'm sorry. Louder, her mother prompted. I'm sorry. Jessica looked up, tears streaming. I'm so sorry, Sarah. I don't know what happened to me. I developed feelings for Marcus, and instead of dealing with them like a mature person, I convinced myself that you didn't really love him, that he didn't really love you, that I'd be doing everyone a favor by breaking you up. I was jealous and bitter, and I handled it in the worst possible way. I sat there, processing. Part of me wanted to scream at her. Part of me wanted to cry. Part of me just felt sad. Sad for the friendship we'd had. Sad for what she'd become. Do you have any idea what you almost did? I asked quietly. Do you understand that you could have destroyed my relationship? My reputation? That those fake photos could have followed Marcus for years? That people might have always wondered if there was truth to it? I know, Jessica sobbed. I know, and I hate myself for it. Mrs. Anderson spoke up. Jessica is going to be facing consequences. She's grounded for the rest of the school year. No prom. No graduation parties. She'll be attending counseling to work through whatever made her think this was acceptable. And she'll be writing formal apologies to both of you, as well as to the school administration. I don't expect you to forgive me, Jessica said. I don't deserve your forgiveness. But I needed you to know that I'm sorry. And that I'm going to work on becoming a better person. Marcus had been quiet the whole time. Now he spoke. Jessica, I want you to understand something. Sarah is the kindest, most loyal, most genuine person I've ever met. She would have taken a bullet for you. She defended you when other people talked bad about you. She was there for you through everything. And you tried to destroy her. I can forgive a lot of things, but I don't know if I can forgive that. His words hung in the air. I took a deep breath. I can't be your friend anymore, Jessica. I can't trust you. Maybe someday, years from now, I'll be able to look back on this differently. But right now, I just feel betrayed and hurt and sad. You were my best friend. And you tried to ruin my life. Jessica nodded, accepting it. I understand. Mrs. Anderson walked us to the door when we left. Thank you both for coming. I know it wasn't easy. And Sarah, I want you to know, I'm so proud of the way you handled yourself last night. After everything, you kept your dignity. That takes real strength. Thank you for stopping her, I said. If you hadn't been there, I don't know what would have happened. I'll always stand up for what's right, even when it means standing against my own daughter. That's what real love looks like. Not enabling bad behavior, but holding people accountable so they can grow. The rest of senior year was awkward. Jessica kept her distance. People talked for a while, but eventually moved on to other drama. Prom came and went. Marcus and I went together, had a beautiful night. Graduation happened. Life moved forward. I heard through mutual acquaintances that Jessica did go to counseling. That she wrote those apology letters. That she seemed genuinely remorseful and was working on herself. Part of me was glad. I didn't wish her harm. I just couldn't have her in my life anymore. Marcus and I stayed together through college. Eventually got engaged. And you know what? Mrs. Anderson came to our wedding. Not Jessica, which I'd made clear wasn't possible, but Mrs. Anderson came. She hugged me, told me she was happy for me, and apologized one more time for what her daughter had done. "You were always a good influence on Jessica," she said. "I'm sorry she didn't appreciate that when it mattered." Looking back now, years later, I've learned some important lessons. Sometimes the people you trust most are the ones who hurt you worst. Sometimes jealousy can turn even good people cruel. And sometimes, heroes come from the most unexpected places. Mrs. Anderson didn't have to stand up for me that night. She could have taken her daughter's side, made excuses, defended the indefensible. But she chose integrity over blind loyalty. She chose to teach her daughter that actions have consequences. She chose to do the right thing, even when it was hard. That takes real courage. That takes real character. If you're going through something similar right now, if someone you trusted has betrayed you, if you're dealing with the aftermath of public humiliation or private pain, I want you to know something: it gets better. The hurt fades. The embarrassment passes. And you'll discover who your real friends are. Who the people with integrity are. Who deserves a place in your life and who doesn't. You'll also discover your own strength. Your ability to survive. Your capacity to move forward. Your resilience in the face of cruelty. And sometimes, just sometimes, justice comes swiftly. Karma shows up wearing heels and carrying receipts. And the truth sets you free. So if this story resonated with you, if you've ever been betrayed by a friend, if you've ever had to stand up for yourself or had someone stand up for you, I want you to do 3 things. First, subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. Every week I share real stories about friendship, betrayal, growth, and redemption. Stories that remind us we're not alone in our struggles. Second, leave a comment. Tell me your story. Have you ever had a friend betray you? Have you ever been the unexpected hero in someone else's story? Your voice matters. Your experience matters. And someone reading might need to hear it. Third, share this video with someone who needs to hear it today. Someone who's dealing with a toxic friendship. Someone who needs to be reminded that integrity matters. Someone who needs hope that things can get better. And if you need resources on dealing with friendship breakups, toxic relationships, or rebuilding after betrayal, I've linked helpful articles and support groups in the description. Remember, real friends don't tear you down. Real friends don't try to destroy you. Real friends celebrate your happiness, not sabotage it. And you deserve friends who treat you with respect, loyalty, and genuine love. Thank you for listening to my story. Thank you for being part of this community. And remember, your worth is not determined by how others treat you. It's determined by how you treat yourself and others. See you in the next video. And until then, be kind to yourself, surround yourself with good people, and never let anyone dim your light.